Hey guys, I am Daisho, and I am just a random YouTube commentator who is going to try to tackle this March Madness thing. And I've always made a March Madness bracket for, I don't know, the past 5, 6 years in the NCAA tournament, and these things kind of really interest me. So I decided to make myself a bracket for March Madness commentators, and while I was going through my process of deciding, I decided maybe I'll write some stuff, some talking points down, and then do a commentary over it. So before I get into this, I'm going to say I entered this tournament and didn't make it. I'm not upset or anything. I'm just saying that all these guys, at least somebody thought were better than me. And I think that most of these guys are better than me too. So I'm not because I know I'm going to say some bad things about these guys, and I just want to say that I'm not better than them in any way. All these guys are really good commentators, but there are some things that I like about some of them and some things that I don't like. So I'm going to express my opinion to the fullest, and if it sounds like a big fuck you to them, then I'm sorry, that's not really what I'm trying to get off. So after trying to protect my ass for the last 30 seconds, I am now going to jump into the commentary. So I am starting with the top left bracket. I don't remember what they called it, and it wasn't listed on the bracket that Woody posted online, so I'm just going to call it the top left bracket. But anyway, the 1 versus 16 matchup is Sam 5000 versus Munch. And I have to say, I watched about Munch. I watched one commentary and it was labeled Identity Crisis, and he spoke about whether or not he was a hipster. It was really funny and easy to follow. I had to go back 3 weeks to find this commentary, but I feel like he did it really well. He was good at articulating and seemed very intelligent. I subbed, and I have faith in him. Sam doesn't really seem like the type to come out with one really good video. He has solid videos, is amazing at this game, has a really good personality, and has been doing this a long time, so he's successful on YouTube. But I think Munch has what it takes to pwn Sam in the face and take this 1 versus 16 matchup. Bam. The next matchup is Project Envy versus The Sideshow. I gotta say, I love Project Envy and everything that they're doing, but I really don't understand why they're in this competition. A community channel won't perform well unless the people who run it, JLG Reality and Gumby, are making the videos for this competition. Gumby is extremely into editing and making cool stuff using After Effects. I've seen a couple of his intros and stuff, and they're just outstanding. JLG Reality has been one of my favorite commentators for a really long time because he's really funny, he's great at articulating, and he comes out with really good content. The Sideshow is somewhat of a wild card in my opinion. I've seen a few of his videos, I'm actually subscribed to him, and he's extremely funny and entertaining. He often has some sort of original and hilarious video in some of his videos, and that could be a huge factor. But all being said, I feel like JLG Reality, Gumby, and Project Envy are more professional and using their pooled resources will make an amazing video good enough to top Sideshow. The next entry is Matt HD Gamer versus Olazandri. I recently subbed to Olazandri after seeing just one of his videos. He is a great player, good speaker, and uses theater mode extremely well in all of his videos. I see him and I think quality videos. Matt HD Gamer, I had to do some research on. I had heard his name around the community but wasn't exactly sure who he was or what he made. After watching one video, which was just some good gameplay with music that I found a little irritating, and it followed that was followed by a poor attempt to imitate a nuke from Modern Warfare 2, and I really was not impressed. Then after realizing he hadn't put up a video since 3 weeks ago, other than the nuke, I was even less impressed. Then after clicking on that, realizing that it was just another gameplay with some music in the background, I stopped watching immediately. I don't know why he entered if he doesn't make gameplays consistently, and doubt he's going to go very far. Olazandri will win this matchup easily. The next matchup is Jay-Easy versus Ridiculous Danny. I also subbed to Ridiculous Danny recently because I'm actually pretty interested in what he has to say. He makes regular commentaries, usually using some excellent gameplay from one of his friends, and sometimes his own gameplay, but he also makes political commentaries where he talks about some sort of interesting issue. I doubt he'll use one of those in the competition, though. I don't see anything extremely impressive from Ridiculous Danny other than great gameplay and good commentary, and I don't think that's going to be enough to defeat his opponent Jay-Eazy. I've heard good things about Jay-Eazy, but never actually watched one of his videos, so I went ahead and watched his most recent commentary and really enjoyed it. He's really fast-paced, but still gets his points across. The only thing that worries me is that he doesn't seem to have his whole art into this competition, based on some comments that he said towards the end of his latest video. Still, I feel the whole entertainment value from Jay-Eazy's videos are just a bit higher than Ridiculous Danny's, so I'm going to give the win to Jay-Eazy. The next matchup is the Gervin versus Cinematic. I subscribe to neither of these commentators, yet I have seen videos from both of them. The Gervin has posted on Wings of Redemption's channel occasionally, and Cinematic had this amazing rap a few weeks ago about the COD community. If he can in any way replicate that or make something similar to that, the Cinematic will be unstoppable. On the other hand, I checked out his channel and was really not impressed. His commentary was choppy, and he didn't even use his own gameplay, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but is not something that I'm going to be impressed about. The Gervin has pretty steady commentary, but he made some analogies that I really didn't understand. Overall, I'd say the Gervin is more consistent than Cinematic, but Cinematic has that home run potential that for the first round of this competition should be pretty important. I'll give it to Cinematic. The next matchup is the Mark of J versus Rappa HD. This should be a pretty interesting matchup. All I've heard about the Mark of J is that he's one of the best players on YouTube, and while this is a good indicator of someone to subscribe to, may not be useful in a contest like this. On the other hand, Rappa HD seems like he makes parody videos with lots of theater mode and singing, which is perfect for this type of contest. Yet, I'm going to give it to the Mark of J. I think he's going to pull off something special and win his first round match. 8 Thoughts versus I Am the Attack. I had heard of neither of these commentators prior to this competition. Taking a look at one of 8 Thoughts' videos, I think his stuff is great. He combined theater mode with great music to make a really entertaining video. If he can replicate that, I think he will be really successful in this competition. I Am the Attack also had a pretty epic video where he made a parody of a song where lyrics were talking about YouTube commentators while the gameplay was basically a montage. And a good one at that. Unfortunately, I doubt he'll be able to replicate such a video, so I'm going to have to give the win to 8 Thoughts. Dunkus versus Tadaisy. I don't know if I pronounced that right. He didn't introduce himself as that, but he had an accent, so I couldn't exactly understand what he was saying. But anyway, I apologize if I got your name wrong. Anyway, everyone knows Dunkus. He's one of the best commentators out there. He's doing a Road to Commander as well as a World's Weapons series where he talks about the history of guns that are in Black Ops. I don't think Dunkus is one of the stronger seeds in this tournament because I feel his strengths are not useful for this tournament. He's a really likable personality, and he comes out with consistently good videos, but doesn't make those outstanding videos. Today's he made a couple of tip videos that I found interesting. The first showed an amazing line of sight, and the second said something that I already knew, but still was a good tip. I enjoyed his contest, but I doubt he's going to have enough to take out Dunkus, so Dunkus gets the win. Now moving on to the second round. I've already talked about most of the people and what I know about them, so this is pretty much going to be whatever I think is just gives one commentator an edge. So anyway, Munch versus Project Envy. I have faith in Munch. For the same reason I spoke about before, I think he's a great commentator and has what it takes to do well in this type of tournament. Olazandri versus Jay-Eazy. This was a tough one. I feel like Jay-Eazy is really good at what he does, but Olazandri puts out a better product. The determining factor is that Jay-Eazy sometimes does... the determining factor is that Jay-Eazy doesn't seem to be in this tournament with 100% intentions on winning. Olazandri will win this game. Cinematic versus the Mark of J. Cinematic, in my opinion, can make one spectacular video, which will get him victory in his first round matchup, but as this competition progresses, I feel like the bigger, more consistently amazing YouTubers will succeed. The Mark of J will take this round. 8 Thoughts versus Mr. Dunkus. As much as I want to give this game to 8 Thoughts, there's a reason why Dunkus is so successful on YouTube, and I feel like that will shine through. Dunkus will win this matchup. With 4 people left in this bracket, the competition is getting pretty good, I believe. Munch versus Olazandri. This is a great matchup, and one I feel like nobody else will happen. A 16 seed versus a 12 seed. Still, I have trouble picking the winner since they both produce great content. in the end, I'll have to give it to Olazandri because I feel like he posts more consistently good videos than someone like Munch. The Mark of J versus Dunkus. This matchup is completely the opposite of the other matchup this round. Both of them are favorites, and I feel like Dunkus overall produces better content than the Mark of J, and that's going to help him win this matchup. So to see who moves on to the not Elite 8, Final 4, I am going to, it's going to be Olazandri versus Dunkus. And as much as I love Olazandri, I doubt he has what it takes to stop the juggernaut that is Dunkus. Dunkus advances to the Final 4. It's fine if you guys don't agree with my opinions of any of these stuff. Obviously, not everyone's going to see it the same way that I will. And I want you guys to post your video responses or whatever. Just let me know in the comments, like, Daisho, you're an idiot. This guy is the best commentator ever. He's going to win, and he's going to kill everyone, and there's going to be bodies everywhere. I don't even know what's going to happen. But that's just my opinion. I feel like my bracket's pretty good. Though I have some pretty big upsets, I still have a 2 seed advancing to the Final 4. So, yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. Look forward to the next few videos if this one is well received. If not, then maybe I will discontinue this series. But I hope you all enjoyed this commentary. Have a nice day. Bye.